Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready to talk cookbooks with you. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's talk cookbooks. Check it out. Jeff Hertzberg and Zoe Francois have gotten together again to make the new Artisan bread in 5 minutes a day. Wow! Okay, do you guys have the first book? I do. Check it out. I got the first book. Do I like this book? Can you tell from the tabs? Is that not enough for you? Check out all the dog ears. Yes, I have cooked from this book. I have cooked a lot of successful bread recipes by using Jeff and Zoe's awesome technique of making artisan bread. Here's what they've done. They've taken out all the pain in the ass parts of making homemade bread and just made it totally simple and just rocked our world so that we could all look like rock stars. It's totally, totally awesome. Okay, so here's the deal. Notice that the first book, and then this new book look the same. That's because this is a new edition. We got some great things to look forward to in the new edition. One, tips and techniques are totally twice as many tips and techniques as there were in the first book. Totally awesome. We have more colored photographs, more recipes. Okay, did you ever hear of their second book, The Healthy Breads in 5 Minutes a Day? This was where they talked about gluten-free recipes, and that was awesome. But those recipes called for like vital wheat gluten. Well, the reader said, hey, we want gluten-free without the vital wheat gluten. So, okay, so they did that. They listened, and they've added a whole chapter on gluten-free recipes without using vital wheat gluten in this book that was not in the first one. Yay! Okay, so that's cool. What else? Is there anything else? New recipes? I think I got it all. So totally awesome. If you, it's getting kind of dark in here. If you don't have either one of these books, or if you don't have, the first book, then definitely get the new copy. Totally awesome. Okay. What else? All right, so let me show you real quick why and how to make artisan bread in 5 minutes a day. I've got this down. It's totally awesome. This is basically the master recipe. Check this out. Okay, you get yourself, this is me making bread, okay? I've got my 6-quart bucket, and to it I add 3 cups of lukewarm water, 1 tablespoon of granulated yeast. Jeff and Zoe always recommend 1 tablespoon of kosher salt, but I didn't have any, so the equivalent to that is 2 teaspoons of table salt. And then, because I'm making I'm making the light whole wheat bread, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of white sugar, or not white, well, whatever, sugar, and to take the bitter off the whole wheat taste that whole wheat bread tends to have. And then after that, you use 3 cups of whole wheat flour and 3 cups of unbleached all-purpose flour. This makes a light whole wheat bread loaf. Totally awesome. And then once I have all that added to the bucket, then I just get out my wooden spoon and I give it a good old stir. And what I want to do here is not knead the bread, but just make sure that all the flour is moistened and that I don't have any flour clumps in my bucket, okay? And then once I have that all stirred, I'm going to put the lid on it, but I'm just going to let the lid set loosely on the bucket. I'm going to set it aside in a cool, dry place for 2 hours, let the dough rise, and then I can either work it from there, or I can just pop it in the fridge until I'm ready to bake bread. Cold dough is easier to work with than room temperature dough. Hint, hint, hint. Okay? Just so you know. All right. What else? You can also make this a day ahead and just pop the whole bucket in the refrigerator and don't mess with the 2-hour wait. Okay, here's what it looks like. Excuse me. Here's what it looked like when we're ready to work with it. So at this time, I'm ready to make a loaf. I've got the oven heated up to 450. There's a pizza stone in there that's hot. I've got a roasting pan in the oven. You'll see why that's in there. And then I've got my pizza peel dusted with flour. I dust the dough, the top of the dough with flour, so I can reach in there and grab some dough. I want about 1 pound worth of dough. And the flour is just going to keep me and the dough separated. And then from there, I just take that 1 pound ball and I kind of turn quarter turns, and I pull the dough back into itself to make a nice little rounded ball. I do not want to spend too much time doing this. I'm not trying to knead the bread. I'm just trying to make it into a nice little ball. All right, and then I drop that on the pizza peel, and I like to make 2 small loaves on my pizza peel. So I just make 2 of those, and I want to make sure that I've got enough flour to keep just enough flour to keep the dough from sticking to my pizza peel, and then I want to dust the top of my ball so that I can make cuts in it at the next step. So that's me just working those little, working it, and then once I've got the balls shaped, I just want to leave them alone and wait for my oven to finish up. And my oven takes about 30 minutes, 25-30 minutes to actually get hot and be ready. It's kind of like me. Okay, so are we done? Did we see that? Me shaping all that? Okay, and then once my oven is hot, I'm going to take a serrated knife and I'm going to make a 1/4 inch deep slice across the bread dough, okay? This is where you can make it look, you know, have that nice artisan look. You can make just lines across, or you can do a crisp, you know, a tic-tac-toe shape. You pick, they'll look cool, okay? All right, and then here we go. We're ready. The oven's hot, so we're going to take all you have to do is take your pizza peel and kind of give it a little shake, and that bread dough will just slide right onto that hot pizza stone. And then I've got 1½ cups of warm water ready, and I'm going to pour that in the roasting pan. And be careful, because you can burn yourself here, so keep your hand out of the way. And pour that water in and close the oven real quick. And what that's going to do is going to create steam in your oven, and it's going to allow the top of your bread crust to stay thin and crispy. It is beautiful. You know that scene in Ratatouille when she's talking about the bread having a crackling crust? It will do that. The steam does that to your bread loaf. It's awesome. Okay, time's up. It's been 25 minutes in the oven, and here they come. You just grab some tongs and pull them out, and look at them. Aren't they gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. Move your bread to a cooling rack and let the bread cool completely. Disclaimer note, if you're planning to eat it right away and you're not going to save the bread, then go ahead, eat it warm. But if you're planning to slice this bread up for bread slices, then you have to let it cool completely before slicing. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's so yummy. Let's get a closer look. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, there you have it. Artisan bread in 5 minutes a day. And you know, you saw that I didn't use all the bread dough. Okay, that's the other cool thing. That 6 cups of flour and water and everything will make about 4 loaves of bread. So you can throw that, you know, so you can take the dough and throw it right back in the refrigerator, and it'll stay in there. Depending on the ingredients that you put in the dough, you can have bread dough last a week or even as long as 14 days in the refrigerator, and it's ready when you're ready. You can make as much or as little as you want at a time. That's the other awesome thing. So, you ready to look like a rock star baker? Okay, well then pick up Jeff and Zoe's new Artisan Bread in 5 minutes a day edition. You will love it. Okay, I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all have fun. Eat healthy. Bye.